Now, working as a private bodyguard, I ended up in a lot of parties. You know, Hollywood ain't what you think it is. Terry Crews, for example, P. Diddy, Orlando Brown, the dude Busta Rhymes, the Kardashians. I seen the guy Dwight Howard in a pink dress. We didn't know he had enough money to put a $50,000 bounty on me, though. He gets hit in the neck. I seen the blood shoot out and hit the ceiling. I see like a lot of people. That's a kid. These are the people that are being trafficked. To me, that's disrespectful. You coming to get me, and you don't got one up top? Let's play ball. Well, I'm originally from Chicago, South Side, born and raised, Chatham, Gresham area. My mom, my aunties, my grandmothers, and them, they really was the core to our family. You know, I always felt it was imperative that we protect women and children. If there's any type of gangster activity going on, they shouldn't know anything about it. As I continued on my path, it led to a lot of situations where the level of danger was raised. And without certain levels of integrity, nobody would have made it out. A lot of people ask me, how did I get into the whole bodyguard field? Like, what was the things that took place that made me want to get involved in this? It's an interesting story. Because as a kid, my dad was in and out of prison. He would be a millionaire one week, in jail the next week. He would get himself in crazy situations that put his life at risk. He took the initiative to hire bodyguards, Darnell and Sterling. You know, Darnell was an Army sniper. Sterling was an ex-Ranger. These guys would have me in the alley shooting cats with a .22 Derringer. They would have me watching like torture videos, cartel videos, people getting their head cut off. They were with me everywhere I went, 24 hours a day. If I'm at school on recess, I would get a tap on my shoulder sometime. I'm like, damn, I'm lacking. He caught me. And that'll be my bodyguard who was there to make sure I didn't get kidnapped or murdered or held for ransom, because apparently that was a real threat at that time. I liked it. I liked how they moved. I liked having that extra edge on people. I liked being a little bit more tuned in with frequencies than other people were, especially at a young age. Like, okay, man, your dad make bad decisions. You're going to have a rough life. You need to know how to do these type of things. That's how I got exposed to being a bodyguard, being a close protection agent, as they could say, or a fixer, as people would say, because I pretty much just became that person who people called when they couldn't call nobody. In the city of Chicago, by 13, 14, you better be ready to kill.
Tonight, friends and family will gather to remember a teen from Chicago who was shot and killed on his way home from soccer practice.
Our Nate Rogers joining us live.
I never really had a chance to be living a normal, peaceful life. You feel me? It's been going down since I was really born. You know, I was playing sports and doing little things, but I was always with one foot in the street, one foot out, because you want to be able to make some money, right? But you're not really trying to be down there at the McDonald's, simply because motherfucker pull up in the drive-thru and smoke you. The older guys that'll be drug dealers and stuff like that, they would see me and my brother walking with football equipment. And they'd say, hey man, take this $100 and go tackle the crackhead right there. Okay, now then that would escalate to other things. So as you know, we start to get older. Somebody might owe this person some money. They might offer you $2,000 to go over there, break this guy's jaw. They used to call it a pumpkin head. So we used to charge for a pumpkin head. You want somebody to get their head knotted up? $500. This is during the time between a big war going on in the city. BDs versus GDs, which eventually led to we having a run-in with the rapper King Von. You feel my boy G Lemma. He ended up getting shot by the guys at O Block. We had a crib on 61st and St. Lawrence, you know, right down the street from FBG Duck House. But, you know, one day the guy Vaughn decided, you know, he popped out shooting at the guys, which that led to a whole little shootout going on. You feel me? Free turn-up guy, you know what I'm saying? Free Pelly. Shout out Big Do guy. Now, Now, when it came to the whole situation with my father, this right here, this guy used to call himself Devil Man. He had a moral compass that was a little bit different than other people. You know, I really look at it as my first enemy, bro, because what really put me on this path was seeing him be physically aggressive with my mom. But the problem is with that, my dad was a dangerous dude. You see what I'm saying? This ain't no guy you can play no games with. I kind of made it my personal vendetta to that. You know, by the time he came home from prison, I was going to be physically able to face him. He had made a decision one day. He was going to threaten my mom with releasing a sexual tape between them two when they was married. And this was a weird day for me because my mom, school teacher, multiple master's degrees, career educator, kind-hearted, sweet woman. But when she called me and she said, son, where you at? Are you around anybody? I said, no. And then she said, I don't care what you do, but you better kill this motherfucker. I said, damn. So at this point, you know, I'm big, bro. I'm big homie. You feel me? I got a crew. I got my team. I have my business. I would be a formidable opponent for anybody at that stage. My dad ended up barricading himself at the Red Roof Inn Hotel on Torrance and calling the police on me. So I just pretty much harassed him and terrorized him for like a few weeks until he stopped responding. He stopped hitting my mom up. And you know, he's somewhere in a little trailer park right now, this little trailer. Banned to the nether realm. Clown. It was a fun job, a fun life, but it came with certain things that, you know, you gotta always keep with you. Like, people make comments about how nice my teeth are, but shootout one day, I lost my teeth, face smashed.
Niggas bitches. Look at this shit. Niggas bitches on my granny grave. And I escaped.
You know, I still got bullet fragments in my body right now. And the question always is, how did you end up working with celebrities and superstars and getting to go on these places? Very simple. Word of mouth. I would get certain jobs being head of security at places. I'll be the youngest person there, but they'll make me head of security because I was good at what I did and I was passionate about it. I took it serious. I took pride in knowing that we got an event with 1,000 people. Nobody got shot, nobody got stabbed. Few fights, that shit got broken up. Everybody was able to go home in peace. People hear about this. And then you will be around celebrities. They'll like how you operating and say, hey man, let me get your number, bro. I like how you just handled that, bro. I felt safe in here, bro. Let me get your number. And next thing you know, Keith, you're a good man. Big homie, you're a good man. Killer, you a good man. And now I'm getting all these different gigs because I'm not stealing from people. I'm not robbing people. You know, I'm getting you to and from safely. I'm always a complete gentleman at all times. My biggest break really was when I got to move around with Iman Shumpert and his wife, Tayana Taylor. Like when the Cavaliers won the championship in Cleveland, Ohio, he got me the condo out there, downtown Cleveland. But the thing is though, I established my boundaries with all superstars. I never been to a basketball game that Shump was playing in. I want you to know that I want you to call me when it's looking spooky. Just being seen with them got me invited to be with the who's who. I was a person people would call for things that needed a special group of skills to be able to deal with. So there was a situation where a lady had paid for a guy to get some immediate justice with someone when he violated her young daughter. One day, lady show up to the trap house. I hear, is Big Homie in there? Where Big Homie at? She hands me a pair of purple sweatpants, small, hold them up like this. He said, look what he did to my baby. I'm looking in the sweatpants, there's blood, there's dry blood in there, it's like this white stuff on the inside. And we knew what took place. She said, I don't want him to die, nothing like that, but I want him to know I'm unhappy about this. It charged us up, because we knew that little girl. So what ended up happening was, to make a long story short, this guy got his teeth knocked out, stuff like that. We didn't know he had enough money to put a $50,000 bounty on me though. Couple days go past. I get a call. Motherfucker told me I got 30 days. I'm like, what? I got 30 days for what? They hang up. Some little females come and say, oh, big homie, please be careful. They tell me they got some money on your head. I'm like, who? We tie two and two together. We find out. Cool. Let's play ball. People came to collect on that bounty. But the problem is, when money gets involved, all they can think about is that money. They're not doing no research onto who they going after. And they mind, all my problems is solved. All I gotta do is shoot dude. It didn't work out well for them. On no occasion. Just so happened this one day, I'm in the backyard grilling though. I'm on the grill cooking up some burgers for the homies. There's no running water in this place. The electricity barely work. You feel me? We gotta cook a generator up. All type of crazy stuff. So I'm in the back grilling, I'm chilling, I'm kicking it with the rest of the ghoulas. This girl come through window shopping. What type of weed y'all got? Etc. etc. She came to scout out the location, bro. Think about that. They probably gave this lady 50, 60 bucks. Go and see a dude in there on the couch. A few minutes later, a guy come to the door. I'm a tall guy, so I look over through the top of the door, the little glass area, and I see he got his gun out. Could he really be here for what I think he here for? Sure enough, he was. Once he heard my voice, I said, what you trying to get? He pulled his gun out and cocked it. To me, that's disrespectful. You coming to get me, and you don't got one up top? I know how fast shit happen. You don't have time to chamber no round. You must have one up top. And I asked him, I said, what you trying to get? He said, man, what y'all got? You know what we got over here. Cool. I step back. I fire through the door. He gets hit in the neck. I seen the blood shoot out and hit the ceiling on the porch. So in the footage y'all gonna see, you're gonna see blood all over my feet, the window shot out, blood all over the porch. This same person, you're gonna hear him in the footage screaming, talking about call 911. I'm a smart nigga, call 911. But you just came here to kill me for this money.
I don't give a fuck what happened to the nigga, bro.
Hey, I'm a smart nigga, call 911.
So the homies savages, ruthless. They going in his pocket. They tell them, look, bro, it's over with for you, bro. What's the pin? What's the code to your phone? What's the pin to your card? After that, the homies drug him down the street and just left him on the street. And he was screaming for his mom. He was screaming for God. He was screaming for Yahweh. And nobody came. And I remember seeing the look on his face to where he had given up. And I just wanted to look at him. I wanted him to see me because I wanted him to know that because of his actions, that's what led him to this point. You know, he ended up surviving. We still friends on Facebook. I always said God gave me 9 lives. So I'm down to like 1.5. So I'm very careful on where I move, how I do things. You know, I'm not gonna get on no jet skis.
The key is not to drive your jet ski in the dark.
You feel me? I'm not gonna do certain things simply because I'm out of luck. And I was fully prepared for all these situations and I still got shot up. You feel me? My homie still had to save my ass at times. You know, I speak about certain guys like Dugar with reverence with his name because, you know, when you living like a real cowboy, only thing we didn't have was a horse, man. You feel me? Once you get out into the field, you better have on your cleats. Because if you don't have on them cleats, man, you're going to get knocked out your shoes.
Human trafficking cases on the rise.
5 children. 3 women have been rescued from...
You know, human trafficking is a thing right now. And years ago, I had an encounter with this level of evil. I got hired by a guy, his name was Lambo, and he's a Nigerian gentleman who people told me he operated in an illicit trade previously. That's music to my ears because if you making a lot of money and what you doing is unreported, you probably gonna need a layer of protection. I reached out to the guy, hung out with him, got cool with him. You think somebody's a cool person until you see what all they into. He was very strategic. He had certain levels of situational awareness. Like, He would never give me his address. He would always send a car to come pick me up and bring me to where he was at. So one day this guy's having a poker game at his house. Every time you go to his place, you have to put your phone and your weapon in a Faraday box. A Faraday box is pretty much a box to where if your phone goes in there, it cannot be detected. They can't spy on you. You off the grid. Most people never even seen a Faraday box. Right as one of his buddies is leaving the poker game, he made a comment. He said, "Lambo, you provide a good service because it was as tight as the palm of my hand and it had no hair on it." I didn't understand what that meant offhand. But shortly after that, I asked to use the washroom. I asked where was the rest of the liquor at. He told me it's back in the kitchen, down the hallway to the right. I tell people all the time, man, if you hiring me, I'm going to have me a few drinks. I'm not going to overdo it. But if you need me to drive, call a driver. Because it's hard for me to drive and shoot for you. At the directly end of the hallway, though, there's a bathroom. So I can see the toilet from the living room area. And there's a door on the side over here. It's like cracked open, but it's a little chain link on the inside. As I'm walking down the hallway, that door closes from the inside. I keep on pushing, go to the bathroom, come out, go over to the kitchen, get the whiskey, come back to the hallway, spin around, coming back down, headed toward the living room where they continue the poker game. That door is open now again. I don't know what made me look into the door, but something intrigued me about this door. Like, why would it slam closed when I'm coming out when I'm going to the bathroom, but it's open again, and it's the chain linked from the inside. That was weird to me. Normally, I don't be curious when I'm taking these type of jobs, because I know most times I'm dealing with people that aren't good people, and what I don't know can't hurt me or can't be used against me. So, as I look into the room, I see like a lot of people. Groups of people, like some on the floor, some standing. Like it was like the smell was crazy. It was a horrendous smell coming out the room. I'm like, man, like these people like look like little Filipino, Asian little people. I'm like, man, why would they be in here? And then I looked down and I seen two little eyes and the top of a little head. I said, that's a kid. Was a kid the one slammed his door? And then it hit me. Boom, boom, boom. These are the people that are being trafficked. The comment the man made about it being tight as his closed palm and no hair on it, he just paid for an encounter with an underage person, a child. Now, normally I don't feel nothing, man. But this weighed on my conscience. Normally I can do things and it'll go away. But this still sits with me to this day. I knew I had to do something, but I knew it would probably put me in big jeopardy. So, on the 10th day, I'm losing sleep about this. One of my homies said, "What the fuck wrong with you? But you're not even drinking no beer today? What's wrong with you?" And I told him what was going on. He said, "Why you ain't do something on the spot like you always do?" I said, "Well, I wouldn't have made it out." So now this got the interest of my homie. So then now I had to make a choice. Am I going to just sit idly by? Or am I going to do something? We did something. We just going to fast forward some details because, I don't know the statute of limitations of certain things, but once he was restrained to a chair, he started to divulge certain information, where the people came from, how he got them there. He offered a large sum of money for him to be released. He was then relieved of that money. We had gave the little social worker lady some money, so I guess she could put them people like in a hotel room and stuff like that. And so apparently it was 54 people in the room, mostly female, teenagers and adults, some small children. Apparently some of the guys that were there, I guess they were being sexually assaulted as well by people who came through there. So, you know, it's a real big, zesty, weird industry, man. As Mark Lamb stated, you know, Mark Lamb is a great man, you feel me? He's a sheriff in Arizona. You know, he stated that there are 150,000 unaccounted for children that come through our border every year. And if they're unaccounted for, they're with somebody, and usually they're being trafficked and sexually assaulted, because you can sell a bag of weed once, you feel me? But somebody can pay to rape the same person hundreds of times. Once you've seen the levels of evil that I've seen, you know, my life started to come full circle, because how could I combat this without going through what I went through, without being pretty much conditioned to go against these type of individuals? There was certain backlash from this, but that's why I speak so highly of the team, because without the guys being ferocious, you know, it's no way we would have escaped unscathed through all of these situations. And we had some bloody days on our end. Some people lost eyes, some people got war wounds, some people still got bullet fragments in their body to this day, but our moral compass remained unchanged, and we was able to do some good, I feel like, in our community. You know, we protected a lot of women, we fed a lot of kids, you feel me? I mentored hundreds of individuals, you feel me? You know, because my nickname was always Killer growing up. Everybody called me Killer. I always been in all black, you feel me? Head to toe to my socks. But as I started to get older, people started calling me Big Homie. And, you know, I feel like that name came with a certain energy and a certain power. And, you know, I never sent nobody on no missions I ain't go on myself. You feel me? I never sacrificed none of my homies. I made sure if I had it, they had it. If I'm eating, we all eating.